Question number 9. A circle has center at the point B 5 1. The point A -1 -2 lies on the circle. A part is find the equation of the circle, and this question carries 3 marks. So we'll draw its figure. One circle with center B, that is point B51 it is given, and A point lies on the circle, so I'm marking A here. You can mark anywhere. A is given as -1 -2. So equation of the circle, we know this form: x minus h whole square plus y minus k whole square is equals to r square, where h and k, these are coordinates of the center. So here h is 5 and k is 1. So put these values here: x minus 5 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square is equals to, now what is r? R is this AB. So we'll find this AB. It will become 5 plus 1 whole square plus 1 plus 2 whole square, right? So it will become x minus 5 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square is equals to 6 squares, 36. 36 plus 9, 45. So we can leave our answer in this form as well. This is the equation of circle. Or if you want to expand it, we can expand it like this: x square plus 25 minus 10x plus y square plus 1 minus 2y minus 45 is equals to 0. Or x square plus y square minus 10x minus 2y, 25 and 1, 26. 26 minus 45 is minus 19 is equals to 0. So we can leave it in any form, this form or this form. This is what the equation of the circle. Now the next part, point C is such that AC is a diameter of the circle. Point D has coordinates 5 16. Show that DC is a tangent to the circle. So one point C is given such that AC is a diameter. So I'm just joining this. Say point C is somewhere here. AC is the diameter, it is given, and there is one point D with the coordinates 5 16. So I'm marking somewhere here. Point D, coordinates are 5 and 16. So what we have to show, that DC is a tangent to the circle. So just join this line here and we'll show that DC is a tangent to the circle. For that, what we need to show, that if this DC and this AC, if they are perpendicular to each other, this is the property of circle, that radius is always perpendicular to the tangent at this point of contact. So at C we will check if DC and AC, they are perpendicular, it means DC is a tangent to the circle. So our first job is to find this coordinate C, coordinates of point C. So if suppose I'm considering that C is alpha beta, okay, then AC is the diameter as it is given here, that AC is a diameter. So this B will be the midpoint of AC, center. So we can use that midpoint formula for this. So it is -1 plus alpha upon 2 is equals to 5, and -2 plus beta upon 2 is equals to 1. B is the midpoint of A and C. So from here we'll get alpha is equals to 10 plus 1, that is 11, and beta is equals to 2 plus 2, that is 4. So coordinates of C are 11 and 4. Right. So now we have C. We'll find slope of AC. What will be the slope of AC? These are minus 1, minus 2, and C is 11, 4. So y2 minus y1, that is minus 2 minus 4 upon x2 minus x1, minus 6 upon minus 12, that is 1 by 2. Now find the slope of DC line. It will be 4 minus 16 upon 11 minus 5. 4 minus 16 will be minus 12 upon 6. It comes as minus 2. So if you look at these two results, m of AC is half and m of DC is minus 2, and their product is minus 1. So it means AC is perpendicular to DC. Or we can say that DC is a tangent to the circle at point C. Because it is already given that AC is a diameter to the circle. So this is proved. Question number 9, C part. The other tangent from D to the circle touches the circle at point E. From D we are drawing one more tangent at point E. Find the coordinates of point E. So consider that coordinates of point E are A and B. So if you look at the figure, this DE must be equals to DC. Lengths of tangent from the exterior point, they are same, and this BC must be equal to BE, radius of the circle. Okay, so we can use these two relations to find the coordinates of point E. So first I am just marking it as DC is equals to DE. So DC will be, or we can say that DC square is equals to DE square. It means 5 minus 11 square plus 16 minus 4 square is equals to DE square. It is 5 minus A square plus 16 minus B square. This is 36 plus 144, that is 180. So first equation is 180 is equals to 5 minus A square plus 16 minus B square. Also BC is equals to BE, or we can say BC square is equals to BE square. What is BC square? BC square will be 11 minus 5 square plus 4 minus 1 square is equals to BE square. Now it is 5 minus A square plus 1 minus B square. 36 plus 9, 45. Okay, this is relation number 2. Subtract these two relations. 5 minus A whole square will be cancelled out. So now 1 minus 2. It will become 180 minus 45 on the left hand side is equals to, now out of this expression we'll subtract this. So when we subtract these two relations, 5 minus A whole square will be cancelled out. So what is left? 16 minus B whole square minus 1 minus B whole square. Now we'll solve this. It will become 135 is equals to 256 plus B square minus 32B minus 1 minus B square plus 2B. B square will be cancelled out. So it will become 135 minus 255 is equals to minus 30B. So it will become minus 120. So from here b is equals to 4. Right? So now put this value of b in second relation or first relation. Put b is equals to 4 in second part. Second relation, it will become 45 is equals to 5 minus a whole square plus b is 4. So 1 minus 4 will be minus 3. Minus 3 square is 9. So it means it comes as 5 minus a whole square is equals to 36. 45 minus 9 is 36. So this will give you 5 minus a is equals to plus minus 6. That is, from here we'll get two values for a. One is say a is equals to 11 and minus 1. So now from these results we have two coordinates. One is 11 4 and the other one is minus 1 4. If you look at the figure, 11 4 is already there, that is point C. So what is left? Minus 1 and 4. So these are the coordinates of E point, minus 1 and 4. Coordinates of E. Minus 1 and 4. Question number 10. The diagram shows part of the curve y is equals to 2 upon 3 minus 2x whole square minus x and its minimum point M, which lies on the x-axis. This figure is given. Now a part is find expression for dy by dx, d2y upon dx square and integral of y dx. This a part carries 6 marks. So we'll start with this. A part. So y is given as 2 upon, so we can write it as 3 minus 2x to the power minus 2 minus x. So first differentiating this with respect to x to get dy by dx. 2 as it is, minus 2 and 3 minus 2x to the power minus 3. Right, and derivative of 3 minus 2x will be minus 2 again, minus derivative of x will be 1. So 2 into 2, 4 into 2, 8 plus 8 upon 3 minus 2x cube minus 1. This is dy by dx. First answer. Now we'll find second derivative. We'll again differentiate this with respect to x. So we will get second derivative, that is d2y upon dx square, and this will be 8 into minus 3, 3 minus 2x to the power minus 4 into minus 2. Derivative of 3 minus 2x will be minus 2. Minus 1, its derivative will be 0. 8 into 3, 24, 24 into 2, 48 upon 3 minus 2x to the power 4. This is second derivative. Now third part is to find integral of y dx. It means integral of this 2 times 3 minus 2x to the power minus 2 and minus x dx, right? So this will be 2 times 3 minus 2x to the power minus 2 plus 1 minus 1 upon minus 1 into this minus 2. Minus derivative of x will be x square upon 2 plus constant of integration c. So this will become 2 and 2 will cancel out. So it is 1 upon 3 minus 2x minus x square upon 2 plus c. This is the answer for third part, that is integral of y dx. B part, find by calculation the x coordinate of M. So if you look at the figure, this M is the minimum point. So that is a stationary point. So for B part, for the minimum point M, dy by dx is 0. So put this dy by dx is equals to 0. It means it is 8 upon 3 minus 2x cube minus 1 is equals to 0, or 3 minus 2x cube is equals to 8. It means it is 3 minus 2x is equals to 2. So that will give you x is equals to half. So this half, x is equals to half, represents this x coordinate of point M. This carries 2 marks. So hence x coordinate of M is 1 by 2. Question number 10, C part. Find the area of the shaded region bounded by the curve and the coordinate axis. This question carries 2 marks. So we've already find that x coordinate for this minimum point M is 1 by 2. So shaded area is from 0 to half. Okay. So required area will be A is equals to 0 to half y dx. So this is required. From part A, we have already find this integral of y dx. So we'll just use that value, which was 1 upon 3 minus 2x minus x square upon 2. So this is what integral of y dx. Now just we need to put the limits 0 to half. So first we'll put half, so it will become 1 upon 3 minus 2 into 1 by 2 minus 1 by 8. Put x equals to half here, it will become 1 by 4 and this minus, now put lower limit, 1 upon 3 minus 0. 3 minus 2, 3 minus 1 is half, minus 1 by 8 minus 1 by 3. Take their LCM. LCM of 8, 2 and 3. It will be 24. So it becomes 12 minus 3 minus 8. So 1 upon 24. So required area will be 1 upon 24. Square units. This is your answer. It carries 2 marks. Question number 11. A curve has equation y is equals to 3 cos 2x plus 2 for x in between 0 and pi. A part is state the greatest and least values of y. This question carries 2 marks. So let's start with this. This is the last question of the question paper. So we are looking for the greatest and least values of y. So we can start with the information, that is cos 2x will always lie between minus 1 and 1. Okay. So now we have 3 cos 2x. So multiply across with 3. So it will become minus 3 cos 2x less than equals to 3. If you look at the function, we have plus 2 as well. So adding 2 everywhere in the inequality, it will become 3 cos 2x plus 2 and less than equals to 3 plus 2. So this is the value of the function, that is y. It is greater than equal to minus 1 and less than equals to 5. So these are the greatest and least values of y. So greatest value will be 5 and the least value is minus 1. This is the answer for first part. Question number 11b. Sketch the graph of y is equals to 3 cos 2x plus 2 for x in between 0 and pi. This question carries 2 marks. So from the previous part, that is part A, we have maximum and minimum values for y as 1 and minus 1 and 5. So we'll draw its graph. So maximum value is 5, so I'm marking 5 here, and minus 1 is the minimum value. Okay, and graph is in between 0 and pi, so this is 0. Suppose this is pi, so in between we have pi by 2. Okay, now when x is 0, put x is equals to 0 here, and you will get y as 5. So graph will start from 5, right? And at pi by 2, put x is equals to pi by 2 here, you will get minus 1. So at pi by 2, it is coming as minus 1. So it will go like this. Right, at pi, just put pi here, so it will become 3 cos 2 pi, and cos 2 pi is 1, so again it is 5, so at pi it will be 5. So this will be the graph in between 0 and pi. This is B part for 2 marks. Question number 11, C part. By considering the straight line y is equals to kx, where k is a constant, state the number of solutions of the equation 3 cos 2x plus 2 is equals to kx for x in between 0 and pi in each of the following cases. So 3 cases are given. First case is k is equals to minus 3, k is equals to 1, and k is equals to 3. So 3 cos 2x plus 2 we have already drawn. Now what is left? Kx. So first I am considering k is equals to minus 3. So limit is, or the range is given as 0 to pi. So we'll draw here. So 0 to pi, and k is minus 3. So k minus 3 will lie here only. Right? So graph of y is equals to minus 3x will be of this form. And if you look at the graph carefully, there is no intersection between this graph 3 cos 2x plus 2 and the line y is equals to minus 3x. So in first case, that is when k is equals to minus 3, there will be no solution. Second case, when k is equals to 1, in this case line will become y is equals to x, and it means 0 and pi, so line will go like this. So if you look at the graph carefully, it is intersecting with the graph at 2 points. So second case, when your k is 1, there will be 2 solutions. Third case, when k is equals to 3. So k is equal to 3 means line will be like this. So it is intersecting at 1 point. So there will be 1 solution. This is for 1, 1, 1. Each part is for 1 mark. So 3 marks. Next part in question number 11. Functions f, g and h are defined for x belongs to R by fx is equals to 3 cos 2x plus 2, gx is equals to f 2x plus 4, hx is equals to 2 times f of x plus pi by 2. D part is describe fully a sequence of transformations that maps the graph of y is equals to fx onto y is equals to gx. So this is for 2 marks. So it is given that gx is, if you look at gx, it is f of 2x plus 4. So it gives us that it is a stretch of scale factor half in the direction x-axis and plus 4 is added. So translation of 0, 4, because this is a shift. along y-axis. So we can write it as translation of 0, 4 or translation of 4 units along y-axis. So you need to give 2 points because it's for 2 marks. So 2 types of transformation will be there. One is a stretch and the other one is translation of vector 0, 4. Question number 11, E part. Describe fully a sequence of transformations that maps the graph of y is equals to fx onto y is equals to hx. This is for 2 marks. So hx is given as 2 times f of x plus pi by 2. So first of all, it is multiplied by 2. So it means it is a stretch by scale factor 2 parallel to y-axis. And second part is this x plus pi by 2. So this is what? A translation of, as it is along x-axis, so minus pi by 2 and 0. So 1 mark for this transformation and 1 mark for this transformation. This is for 2 marks. So this is all about winter 2020 paper number 1-2. Soon you will find one more video for worked solutions. So keep watching Illustrative Maths. Thank you.